Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. So glad you're here. We are jumping right into something absolutely essential today. If you've been picking up some French, you probably already know that nailing down your core verbs, it's literally like unlocking a superpower. And today, we're tackling a big one, the verb avoir. Technically, it means to have, but as we're going to see, the French use it in some wonderfully unexpected ways that totally break all the English rules.
To show you what I mean, let's just look at two super common questions you probably ask all the time in English. Are you hungry? Are you 25? Notice the verb we use there. We use the verb to be. I am hungry. I am 25, right? It describes a state of your existence. But hold on to your hats, because French looks at these concepts in a completely different way.
Here is a kind of weird but totally cool twist of French logic. In French, you don't actually exist as an age. You don't exist as a physical state like hunger. Instead, you possess them. You literally have them. It's a completely different way of framing reality. So instead of being your age is something you just carry around with you.
To really cement this idea, let's compare them side by side. We recently learned the verb êTRE, which means to be. And we use êTRE for things like nationalities or professions, like je suis américain or je suis étudiant. But now it's time to meet our new best friend, avoir, the verb to have. We're going to put êTRE on the back burner for a minute because avoir is about to take over a ton of jobs you'd normally expect the verb to be to do.
All right, let's see how this builds from the ground up with the present tense. Looking at our pronouns, for to, the informal you, it's tu as. For il, elle, or on, he, she, or we, or one, it's a. Down to the plurals, we have nous avons for we have. Now pay close attention there. Listen to how the S in nous connects to the A in avant. That is a liaison, and it's pronounced nous avons. Then vous avez for the formal or plural you. And finally, ils or elles ont for they have. But wait, what about je, the word for I? You might notice a little gap up top. Let's fix that.
So here's the crucial point. It's a mechanical rule in French called elision. Basically, when you have je, meaning I, followed by the avoir conjugation a, the French language just does not like those two vowel sounds bumping into each other. Saying je ai sounds way too clunky, so they drop the e in je, slap on an apostrophe, and smash them together to create j'ai. And here is a huge pronunciation road sign for you. J'ai is pronounced j'ai. Just perfectly smooth, kind of like the name Jay, but with a soft buzzing zh sound. J'ai, meaning I have.
And speaking of pronunciation, we got to talk about one of the biggest traps for beginners. You absolutely need to watch out for this. On one hand, you have ils ont, which uses avoir to mean they have. Because of that liaison we talked about, the S in ils connects with the O in on to make a soft Z sound, ils ont. Now compare that to ils sont. That's the verb êTRE, meaning they are. It starts with an S, so it keeps a sharp hissing S sound, ils sont. So ils ont means they have, and ils sont means they are. Literally, one tiny little vibration in your throat completely changes the meaning of the whole sentence.
Section 1. The age surprise. You have your age.
This is our first major application of avoir, and it's such a fascinating language shift. Check out this direct translation. In English, you say, I am 25 years old. But in French, you use our new friend, j'ai, followed by your number, and then the word ans, which means years. J'ai 25 ans. Literally, I have 25 years. If you think about it, it's actually kind of beautiful, right? You don't just exist as a number. You've actually accumulated those 25 years of life experience. They're yours. You possess them.
Now, of course, to express your age, you're going to need your numbers. So here's a really quick preview just so you're ready to practice. 21 is 21. Then we hit the tens. 30 is 30, 40 is 40, 50 is 50, 60 is 60. Then at 70, the math starts. It's 70, basically 60-10. 80 is 80, or 420s. 90 is 90, 420s 10. And finally, 100 is 100. Okay, don't worry about memorizing all of these right this second. Just let the sounds kind of wash over you.
So how do we actually ask someone their age? Well, you ask what age they have. If you're speaking formally, maybe to someone you don't know well, or to a group, you ask, quel âge avez-vous? Literally, what age have you? But if you're talking to a friend, you'd use the informal, quel âge as-tu? So, think about those numbers we just looked at. If someone asks you right now, quel âge as-tu? What's your answer? Start with j'ai, plug in your number, and end with ans.
Moving on to Section 2, States of Being, avoir expressions. You know, age isn't the only thing you possess in French. An entire category of human states relies on avoir. Let's lean into that direct translation contrast again, because honestly, clunky English translations are some of the best memory devices you can possibly use. You don't say I am hungry in French, you say j'ai faim. Literally, I have hunger. You possess the hunger.
And this illustrates a whole pattern of expressions in French. Let's quickly walk through these. If you want a drink, you say avoir soif, literally to have thirst. If the temperature is intense, it's avoir chaud, to have heat, or avoir froid, to have cold. If you really need a nap, it's avoir sommeil, to have sleepiness. If you're scared, avoir peur, to have fear. And my absolute favorites for when you're arguing, avoir raison, to have right, meaning you are correct, and avoir tort, to have wrong, meaning you're mistaken. You just plug your avoir conjugation right onto the front of those phrases. J'ai soif, nous avons peur. It's incredibly systematic.
Section 3, simple, possession. Okay, after all this mind-bending logic about having your age and having your hunger, I do want to reassure you, avoir still acts exactly like the English verb to have when you are just talking about owning things or talking about family members, like here. J'ai un frère. I have a brother. Simple, direct, exactly like English. And the second one, nous avons deux enfants. We have 2 children. Remember that nous avons liaison there. But yeah, perfectly straightforward possession.
Section 4, Real-World Dialogue.
Let's take all these puzzle pieces and build an actual, practical dialogue. Just imagine 2 people meeting at a cafe. Person A starts by asking, Quel âge as-tu? How old are you? Person B responds perfectly, using our new structure. J'ai 23 ans. Et toi? I have 23 years. And you? Person A replies, J'ai 25 ans. I have 25 years.
Then the conversation just flows naturally into the next topic. Person B asks, Tu as des frères et sœurs? Do you have brothers and sisters? Person A replies, Oui, j'ai un frère et deux sœurs. Yes, I have 1 brother and 2 sisters. Do you see how seamlessly that verb, avoir, transitions there? In the exact same breath, they used it to express their age and then to talk about their family. It is absolutely the ultimate utility verb.
So, what does this all mean for us? Well, avoir isn't just a vocabulary word to memorize. It's honestly a totally different lens for viewing the world. You don't just exist, you possess your age, your feelings, and your relationships. I want you to practice this immediately. Literally, speak it out loud right now wherever you're listening. I'll ask you one more time. Quel âge as-tu? Formulate your answer in your head. J'ai, your number, on. Keep practicing that, and you'll be speaking natural French before you know it. Thanks for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.